And spoke into that microphone and said, can I get him just to get him, and can I get him because you're homeless are not the same thing. Then proceeded to say she would ask if I could get him for a couple of days, but I told her no because I have to work and they're too far from me. Then proceeded to say she knows she could have called my family, she could have called my people, and he said all of this with a straight face. Clearly, horrible person, horrible father. Hope he gets what's coming to him. But ladies, this is for y'all. If that man not taking care of them kids, if that man is not giving you money in your pocket, if that man is not doing nothing but watching you struggle while he lives his life worry and child free, go down to that child support office and put his ass on it. I don't care if it's $25 a week. And I don't care if you don't need it right now. You want to know why? Because especially in the times that we're in right now, you can lose that job tomorrow and not be able to find one for 2 years. And imagine calling the father of your child under these circumstances and him telling you no, he can't come get his kids, and no, the kids can't stay with him, even though he hasn't even seen them in a month or two. Even if you don't need the money now, that money is still yours and you are still entitled to it. Even if you never spend a dime off that car, put that shit in an account for those kids and let that money multiply for their future. These niggas will literally leave you and them kids out to dry. So do all that you can do to ensure y'all make it and live to see another day.
Y'all actually heard about this super duper sad situation that happened in Detroit. This is Tateona. She was living in a van with her 2 children, a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old. Those children actually froze to death. They died of hypothermia. I made a video about this early on TikTok, but they muted it. I guess I was cussing and yelling a little bit too much. This is her baby dad. She actually reached out to this guy and told him, like, hey, me and your kids is out here. We cold. We don't have nowhere to go. Can you please come help us? He didn't do anything. He did absolutely nothing. They actually interviewed him and asked him, like, hey, you didn't know your kids was cold and didn't have nowhere to go and was homeless? His response was, yeah, Tateona reached out. She told me to come get the kids, told me that they needed me, but she didn't tell me that they was homeless. It's horrible.
I worship the ground them kids walk though.
These are the cries of a 29-year-old homeless mother, Tateona Williams, who was living inside of a van with her 4 children, her mother, and her siblings. She ran out of gas inside of a parking garage at a casino in Detroit, Michigan, and she woke up to her 9-year-old son, Darnell, and her 2-year-old daughter, Amelia, being frozen and unalived.
Maybe I asked the wrong people for help.
Tateona Williams asked for help from Cam, she asked for help from the state, and she asked for help from Darnell Sr., who's the father of 3 of her children, and he did nothing.
He had an excuse every time.
Lord, she said, can I get him? Can I get him? Just to get him, and can I get him? Because y'all homeless, there's 2 different things. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that.
Darnell claims to FaceTime his kids on a regular basis, and he claims to have seen them less than 2 months ago. So how is it that you did not know that your children were living in a van for 3 months? I'm praying for all parties involved in this tragedy, especially this heartbroken, loving mother. Love goes a long way, but it will never put a roof over a person's head. And men, it's time for us to stop making babies that we're not going to mentally, physically, and financially support.
So I don't know if y'all heard about the homeless mom and her children passed from hypothermia because they were sleeping in the car. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but let's talk about it. So the mom said she asked for help. She cried. You could tell she felt real bad. She said she was trying to keep hotel rooms. She was trying to ask her family or whoever, friends, can she pay them to stay there? But she's put in there that some people don't like a lot of kids at their house. Whatever family member did that, they ought to be wrong. She said I think she said she ran out of gas or something, because she said she was keeping the heat on in the car for the kids or whatever, and they were sleeping in the car. Hold on. But I think she ran out of gas. So the car was cold, and it was cold outside, so they froze her. It's so sad to even talk about. So mom said, I know her family, the people around her, I know they gotta be heartbroken, because that's sad. And then she said she reached out to like the homeless shelters or whatever. But nowadays, they want so fucking much from you to prove that you homeless. She said they never reached back out to her. She tried to reach out to the homeless shelters around her neighborhood or whatever. That's sad too, because as a homeless shelter or a establishment that helps people who's homeless, I thought you always supposed to reach back out if they don't reach out to you, you know, just to check on their well-being, to make sure blase. They didn't do that. The thing that's really getting to me is the dad. So they interviewed the dad. The dad looked well put together. Ain't showing no remorse, no sympathy. This motherfucker had the nerve to say because they asked him, did she tell you that she was homeless to get the kids, yada yada. He said no. She asked him, can he get the kids? And he told her he had work and his family all lived around the corner from where she at. They didn't live close in range, and he had to work and he had to do this, blah blah, excuses. So he goes off to say, telling me to get the kids and specifying that you're homeless to get the kids is two different things. What type of stupid shit is that? If my motherfucking kids mama tell me to call me and say, can you get the kids? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm getting my motherfucking kids. You could tell he must have, and then he said she called him when he was at the gym, just got on a treadmill. How the fuck you got time to go to the gym and you work and you can't get your kids, but you got time to go to the gym? You got to use time to drive to the gym, get prepared to go to the gym, work out at the gym. And if you're working out for real, you spend about an hour and a half at the gym. And you ain't had time to get your kids, bro? Gonna tell them fucking interview people that she can stop her sob story. What? You ain't dropped not one tear, you pathetic ass human being. What the fuck do you mean? And that's what's crazy. I feel like he had something against the mom and was trying to make the mom suffer. You get what I'm saying? Now look what the fuck happened. Because all you have to do is get your kids. You fully bathed, fully home, housed, and got heat. All that. You able to leave, go to the gym, all that. Why the fuck you couldn't get your kids until she was able to get on her feet? You was trying to make her suffer. You was being a child. And now look what happened to your children. That shit is sad. Like, what the fuck do you mean specifying? She didn't specify why he needed to get the kids. She shouldn't have to. And what's crazy is I see that shit every day. I see that shit today. You know, motherfuckers acting, you know, the dads fucking using the kids as pawns or making the mom suffer because something don't go their way or blase, or they feel like they, you know, how the fuck you feel like you can go to work, you can go to the gym, you can do this and do that, but she stuck with the damn kids on the bandwagon, gotta do every motherfucking thing with kids. That shit not fair, nigga. Both of y'all fucked for them kids. And then y'all got multiple, so y'all was fucking. What the fuck type of shit is that? That shit just blew my mind. Like, to just hear about that story just blew my mind. I hope that motherfucking father get charged with something. Cause you can't tell. I hope they go through messages and cause she said she told him she was homeless. He's saying she didn't. Whether she told you she was homeless or not, if she telling you to get them motherfucking kids, bro, it shouldn't be no questions about that. Like, them your kids. Them not just her kids. Them your kids too. I don't see how niggas do shit like that. So let this be a fucking message to some of you niggas that act like that. Because there's a lot of fathers around that act like that. They want to make the mom suffer. They act like they can't do this, they can't do that. They move on their time. Don't put their kids in their schedule. All that. Let this be a fucking message to you. Because her kids died in a fucking cold car. And she tried to do everything she could. And for the family that didn't help her. Like, come on now. That shit's sad. I'm praying for the mom. I'm not praying for the dad. I don't give a fuck about the dad. Praying for the mom, the kids, and because this is a hard pill to swallow for me. So I know it's going to be hard for her. Man.